الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you, brothers and sisters, the Bangladeshi community here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. My name is Gabriel Romani. I am the principal of Al-Hamra Integrated School, where Shaikh Dr. Nazmul Haq teaches. May Allah bless him. And alhamdulillah, I'm glad to be hosting this live broadcast for you guys tonight, inshallah, to try to address this very important issue of how the families stand and stay together during times of adversity and problems, inshallah. So we hope that in the next minutes, how much time we have, inshallah, we can benefit from each other. And I'm just trying to open up here YouTube so I can see the questions if there's anything. And make sure that we are live, inshallah. We also wait for everyone to gather, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Okay, alhamdulillah. I do request the brothers to send me the link, please, on WhatsApp, so I can actually see the comments and the live broadcast itself. But anyway, let's start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma alimna ma yanfa'na wa anfa'na bima alamtana wa zidna ilma. Brothers and sisters, I hope you're well. Barakallahu feekum. We are faced with interesting times, and there's nothing sad or nothing out of the ordinary for a believer. A believer is ready throughout their life as a Muslim. As a Muslim, we are born and ready to accept the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That makes the distinction between a true believer and sadly someone who has not reached that level yet of true iman. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us all true iman and to bless us and to give us the best iman, inshallah. But it is without a doubt not an easy time. Not an easy time. We're all, the economy is bad. People are thinking about their jobs, what's going to happen. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are somehow scared, and they feel like, I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to be safe? My children, my family, will I die? A lot of people are asking, will I die? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنْفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, will test us with وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ. Number one, fear. So people are scared today. Okay? People are scared. وَالْجُوعِ. And hunger. People are saying there's not going to be enough. What's going to happen? We're not going to have enough food and whatnot. And with loss. Okay, the loss. From what? From money. Amwal. But anfus. And actually people lose their lives. With thamarat, provision. So you will lose your life, you will lose your money, you will lose your provision. Allah said, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ أَنْتُمْ. You will be tested. Not fulan somewhere. Not I don't know who. We will be tested. And we have to accept that. We have to accept that the way the Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ accepted. the way the Prophet ﷺ accepted, and he is Rasulullah ﷺ, he is Habibullah, and he was tested the most. And that's what he said in the famous hadith. He says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you according to your level. So the prophets are tested the most. And then, the Siddiqeen and the next and the next, and the scholars and so on, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to make us enter paradise, inshallah, without any sin. Ya Rab. So these tests are good for us. These tests are great for us, actually. But again, it's the mindset. Where are we with our iman? What's the mindset? How do we feel? How do we think about these things? What is the way we approach it? Do we approach it from, oh my God, life is finished, I'm done, I won't be able to do anything, that's it, there's no more life? Or do we approach it from alhamdulillah, qaddar Allah ma shafa'al, right? Qaddar Allah ma shafa'al. That's how the believers say. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. That it increases them in khushu', it increases them in iman, and they say, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is enough for us and a disposer of affair. So the believer, brothers and sisters, is someone who accepts things the way they come to them. They do take precautions. The Prophet ﷺ told us, Aql wa tawakkal. Tie your camel, then put your trust in Allah. So note that we take precautions. We are careful. We are the ummah of asbab. We take the asbab. We take care of things. But our hearts don't waver. Our minds don't change. We do not become fearful, astaghfirullah, to the point that some people are showing and displaying coward type of behavior. That is not acceptable from a Muslim. Are people scared? Yes. What do they have to do? They have to change their mindset. And that is a great indication today when we are so weak that our iman is not in the right place and we need to work on it. And of course, it's very easy actually to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to do things when everything is fine. It's very easy when we just pray and fast, but we go to work, we have our food, everything is fine, no problems, we're okay. It's very easy, right? And we can be very, very good Muslims. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends one of these tests, then we're having some issues. Then there is problems, right? People start thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? How do I react? What should I do? And that is a great test for us. So, yes, there is a test on us. Yes, it's called the coronavirus. Yes, it kills people. I think it's a bit overrated. However, the believer takes precautions, yes, but is not scared. They understand that this is the qadr of Allah. They make dua. They take care of things. They make sure that they're safe, but they do not fear. They do not shake. Their hearts don't shake. Their iman doesn't shake. They don't start questioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as to why. No. They are very strong in what they do. They are very, very strong in their iman, and they accept the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They accept that this is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they say, قَالُوا إِنَّ لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. No matter what happens, that's at the first strike of calamity, we say, إِنَّ لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. So, putting all these aside, the problems, we need to think about what's going to happen for the next few months, because definitely the economy is going to be impacted, and definitely our lifestyles will be impacted. Now we're extended in terms of this restriction of movement till the 14th, and we need to understand, what do we do? What are we going to do as a family with our children? We need to start preparing for what's going to happen after this lockdown or this restriction of movement. What will happen the weeks after? What will happen the months after? With our jobs, with the finances, our economy, but at the same time with our children, with our education, their education, with our activities, and so on and so forth. So these are things that we need to plan. But the good thing is that we have time now. And لَعَلَّهُ خَيْرٌ. Always we should think like this. There might be goodness in this. عَسَى أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ وَعَسَى أَن تُحِبَّ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. It may be that you dislike something. So no one likes the coronavirus. but there's khair in it. There's good in it for you. And definitely, what's the good in the corona? So, well, we have more time now. Number two, we can be with our families more. We can rest a bit more. We can read. We can pray more. We can do a lot of the things that when we're busy, we're saying, oh my God, I wish I'd have some time to do this. In our houses, we can exercise. We should not allow ourselves to just be docile and just sit and become lazy because we're just sitting watching TV. No, we should spend this time, put some plans for the next 2 weeks. I want to achieve this. I want to read this many books. I want to read this much Quran. I want to watch this many lectures. I want to work maybe on an online course or something that will benefit me. I'll spend this much time with my children. The children will memorize this much Quran and we will do this. So it should be some kind of a plan. Everyone should take a piece of paper and a pen and should put on some plans as to what do they want to achieve in this time. So this is good. Well, other thing is good. It's good that a lot of people are thinking now about death and about Allah, about God. So it's a great time for dawah. Everyone can do something when it comes to dawah. The whole family. You have family, friends, neighbors, people that you can reach out even through the internet, social media. And it's a great time to remind them with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because a lot of people have forgotten. Life becomes so easy for them, so good for them, that they forgot about Allah. فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. So they forgot themselves. So this is something that is a great opportunity for us right now because people are more receptive. They're scared. They're thinking about death. What if I'm going to die? What if I'm going to contact this virus and I'm going to die? What should I do? So you tell them, hey man, you need to come back to Allah. Have you thought about Allah? Have you thought about reading the Quran? Our brothers and sisters who are not practicing, it's a great time for us to make islah for them, to bring them back to the deen. Say, guys, come on. Isn't it enough that you have not prayed? قَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. If we would have just listened and thought about it, we would not be amongst the inhabitants of the hellfire. So this is the time to appeal to their intellectual abilities. Hey guys, where do you think this virus is coming from? Where's all the power and the strength in the world, all the weapons? Nowhere. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. No one knows the soldiers of Allah, of your Lord, except Him. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. And this is only a reminder for human beings. So this coronavirus, no one knows it. It is a soldier of Allah. Allah sent it to punish some and sent it as a blessing for others. People need to think about it. Where is all our technology and our science? If Allah decides to attack humanity, to punish them, there's no way any weapon, any computer, any security, nothing will be able to ever stand up to this little unseen virus. It will take over. So people have to humble themselves. They have to give up their kibr and say, wait a second. I mean, the most that I can do is come back and return to Allah and pray to Allah and stop my kibr and my arrogance and say, yes, Allah, kul amantu billah. Say, at least I believe in Allah. Let me do my salah. Let me do the basics, at least come back to the deen. And wake up. Because you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when adversity touches us, when problems happen, we start, people do become a bit more religious. But as soon as this will be over, you see people going back to their ways. Back to the clubs, back to the alcohol, back to riba, back to doing things the way they used to do before. Because that's what Allah says, right? When they're on the sea and there's a sea storm, people say, Ya Rab, Allah. And when they reach safe to the shore, then they make shirk and they disobey Allah. This is humanity. Humanity needs to wake up. And yes, we're not angels. Yes, we're not perfect. But we all have to try our best to do better. We all have to try our best to do better for Allah. Is it better? What does better mean? Does it mean that we just pray more? I hear a lot of lectures of people saying we have to pray more. We have to do more Hajj, more Umrah. We have to fast more. Great. It's good to fast. It's good to pray. Actually, we shouldn't be discussing this because it is the basics of Islam. Okay? It is amongst the 5 pillars that everything is built upon. So the base, the pillars is what you build everything on. If the pillars are not there, how's the building going to be like? It cannot stand. So, we should be talking about what else can we do? How do we bring Islam to be above everything? How do we, as intellectuals, as people who have studied, people who have businesses, people who have the ability, what can we do for Islam? Just pray? This is not correct. Because why? Well, the evidence for that is that the Prophet ﷺ didn't just pray. Umar Khattab radiyallahu anhum wa radu an, he said that when the people were just sitting in the masjid, he told them to go. Go! And that's why the famous hadith, لو كنتم تتوكلون على الله حق توكله لرزقكم كما يرزق الطير. That if you were to put your true trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He would have provided for you as He provided for the tuyur, for the birds. They leave the nest empty, but they come back full. But here the key is that they leave, they go. Allah could have just sent the food to them. No, we learn from this hadith that you have to take the asbab. Problem is with our Muslim ummah, we are a nation today of just make dua, brother. That's what we hear so much. Brother, just pray. Just make dua. No, this is not correct. This is the incorrect understanding of Islam. Just pray. No. We should be at the forefront of business. We should be at the forefront of IT. We should be at the forefront of every single thing in this market, in this world. Without a doubt. We should be the Nobel Prize winners. We should be the creators of Facebook, Instagram, and all this with Sharia compliant rules and regulations. We should be at the forefront. Not as an alternative. Oh, Islamic banking is an alternative. People get into Islamic banking is not because they fear Allah. It's because they see that, oh, it's quite good. It kind of makes sense. No, our niyyah is messed up. We should be the ones who, for the sake of Allah, compete. We should be the ones who have the real control of the market. But we don't. We are consumers. We're not producers. We didn't produce YouTube. We're live streaming right now because some non-Muslim came up with this great idea. Why can't the Muslims come up like we used to do back in the days? We don't have Facebook. We don't have Instagram. We don't have the Nobel Prizes. We do not have the forefront. Why? Because sadly, a lot of people just say, brother, just make dua, brother. Brother, just make dua. Just make dua. This kind of mentality has caused the Muslims to calm down. Don't push. Don't work. It's dunya. We don't want dunya. But Allah says, وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget your share of this dunya. Use it for Allah. فَابْتَغِي فِي مَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ دَارُ الْآخِرَةِ. Search with what Allah has given you. Use what Allah has given you. The akhirah. Use your PhD. Use your business skills. Use your investment. Make money. Be strong. Be politically strong. Be militarily strong. Be strong as nations, countries, but ummah. But use it for Allah. When you start using it for the wrong reasons, then Allah will send you reminders. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. It is a reminder, ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ, for humanity. Allah will send you. Okay, you don't want to use it for my sake? What's the point of you buying all this military and having all these things? What happened to the Rohingya? As you guys from Bangladesh are very close to them. How come no one could help them? What's the point of all these things? What's the point of all the money that we have in the world if no one can do anything? What's the point of all the PhDs and all our degrees and all our skills if we do not have the ability to change who and what and how things are done? It's again because of a mindset. The same way we're scared right now of the coronavirus, the same way we have this inferiority complex that we are scared. What if we're going to be at the forefront? What if we're going to live the world? What if we're going to be the leaders of the world? But that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى دِينِ كُلِّ. That it may be above all the other adyan, all the other religions. Islam has to be at the top. But it cannot be at the top if people just say, brother, just make dua. We're so complicit with saying, yeah, I'll just pray, alhamdulillah, I read my Quran and I fast, I'm a good Muslim, I'm okay with this. No, we need to think on a much higher scale. Not because I'm saying so. It's because that's how the Prophet did. That's what Umar Khattab did, Abu Bakr Siddiq, Uthman ibn Affan, Ali radiallahu anh. All of them thought on a global scale. How do we bring this great ni'mah to the whole world, Islam, which will show justice and security for Muslim and non-Muslim alike, which will protect the rights of Muslim and non-Muslim alike, which will stop the dhulm on Muslim and non-Muslim alike, such as riba. Riba is dhulm on the Muslims and non-Muslims. It is a curse, but no one cares. So when you implement the Muslim system, you protect even the non-Muslims. You wake them up and say, these people are taking advantage of you. We will protect you. See, Islam is, that's what Allah says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. For it is a mercy for everyone, for non-Muslim, for Muslim, for animals, for everyone. Islam is a mercy. But people need to understand, the Muslim themselves, we need to use our intellectual abilities, our qualifications. We need to unite. We need to work hard. We need to show people that we're not some backwards. We are educated. We are smart. We have skills. We have abilities. But we need to bring it out. So, sadly, we are not. And that is why we are way, way behind. Way behind in our educational system, in our financial systems. Our countries, our Muslim countries are called third world countries. Who came up with this term? Who came up with this classification? Well, not us. We didn't say, hey guys, we're a third world country, but we've accepted it. We have accepted it, and sadly this is where we're being classified, and the whole world looks down on us. And sadly we ourselves look down on ourselves. When you're talking about America, you're talking about Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Apple, Microsoft, Starbucks, you name it. Okay, all the big Google, all the big brands, America, Instagram, Facebook, Netflix. What more do you want? What more do you want? America? Talk about another country, Muslim country. What comes to your mind? It's only what they implanted in. Poverty, weakness, terrorism, oppression of women, these kind of things, right? And this is how the psychology of the human being works. And this is how the downloading of information and uploading of information in the human's mind works. So, I had to give this introduction because it's tied in to how do we stay united. We have to be united not only physically, brothers and sisters, as families. We have to be united in understanding the bigger picture of this world, of this ummah, of what goes around. How can we just live, just spend some years on this earth and die and not have done anything for Islam, not have done anything, leave any legacy for our children to continue this work, to have a vision, a world vision that empowers you, that gives you a purpose, sense of purpose. Are we just a religion? Are we just something for our children here? Brother, sister, my son, my daughter, you're a Muslim. Okay. I recite adhan in your ear when you're born. That's it. You live and you die. And it just circles, circles, circles. No. See, when you tell your children that you guys are part of this great mission to establish Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rule on this earth, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa, then they have an objective. They are part of this 2 billion strong ummah and millions before, with the Quran as the guide, with the Prophet ﷺ as the example. These are our champions, with Khalid bin Walid as our champion, Umar Khattab, Ali, Abdurrahman ibn Auf and Zubair ibn Awam and these kind of giants who used to be the ones that we looked up to, Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, Imam Nawawi, Imam Ghazali, and this and that. These are the people we used to look up to. Now they're looking up to Ronaldo and Messi. But when you show them that this is who you are, but we're scared, we are ashamed of our past. But when you empower your children, you say, this is who you are. You're like Fatima, O daughter. You're like Aisha, or daughter. You're like Hani or Sumayya, or O daughter. You're like Khadija, or daughter. Now you give them, this is who I am. I'm proud. No, we want to be miskin. We like to be masakin. We push ourselves down. So no confidence, no mind state or mentality where you can say, no, I am not mutakabbir, I'm not arrogant, but I am proud. I'm confident because of the deen, because what Allah has put into me, this la ilaha illallah, this makes me strong. So, but then it gives you this objective, this mission, this purpose in life. The Chinese, they're strong. Why? Because they say we are a nation, we are a legacy, thousands of years of dynasties and this, that. Japanese, the samurai, the Americans with their freedom, and the Germans with Mercedes and BMW and systems. Everyone's got something to hold on to. We're the Muslims. Alhamdulillah that at least we have the Ottomans or the Turkish. Still we have some there. But other than that, in general, most people don't have an empire. But we do. The Ummah of Muhammad ﷺ before used to be an empire. So when you give the children, you keep the family together with a sense of purpose and mission. You tell them the stories at night that you are champions, that you are victorious, that you are part of this great team. Then you feel, forget about it. It's like, your child feeling like he's playing for Barcelona or Real Madrid. Cannot even compare. But imagine you would tell your child, you're playing for Barcelona. How would he feel? Imagine you're telling you're playing for Allah. You're playing for the team of the Prophet ﷺ. You're playing for the Ummah that should lead the world. See, the family has to be united in this vision. If we're not united, especially in these times where all the signs are pointing towards, guys, wake up and turn to Allah. Guys, wake up and let us not mess around with Islam anymore. When you empower your children to believe that and to see this world as it is polarized. I'm so sorry if you don't accept that. This is the reality. And everyone else sees it, but it seems that only the Muslims somehow want to say that, no, it's not, guys. We all have to be cool and together. Don't worry. The Chinese don't see it like that. The Chinese look at the Malaysians and say, they're lazy. We're going to smash them. We're number one. These guys are, banks in Malaysia are calling Muslim ustaz to come and speak to the Malay employers and tell them not to be lazy, tell them to work. The Chinese are calling ulama to give them an Islamic lecture because they understand. The Indians, India is an empire. They're looking down and say, we are going to take. They're competing. America's saying, let's make America great again. Number one. Donald Trump says, I don't care about anyone. America first. Everyone is pushing. The Muslims are saying, it's okay, go ahead, no problem, go. I'm sorry, this is not the sunnah of the Prophet. Yes, we are humble. Yes, we do not have arrogance. Yes, we are accommodating. We are, tolerant, I guess, to an extent. But there's limits. There are limits. Not that I put, or that you put, that Allah has put. Allah has put these hudud for a reason. But the Muslims are shy. The Muslims are weak. And we keep repeating the cycle of we are weak, and we instill that weakness into our children. So our children are not proud. They're not confident. They don't feel like they're strong. They don't feel like, yes, we are better. What do you mean you're better? Yes, we are better because you have Tawheed. Just the fact that someone has Tawheed in their heart makes them better than someone else. And this is the reality. Now, will that save them from hellfire? Allah will punish them if they act the wrong way. You can be the best Muslim or have the best Muslim name or have Tawheed 100 times unless you also do the right things. It comes with the correct action, with not making dhulm on people, with not transgressing, and so on and so forth. It's not just like, khalas, I have Tawheed and I'm the best Muslim. No. Tawheed has been given as a gift by Allah to you to say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Is that enough? No. It requires action, correct action. So yes, we agree to that. We don't make dhulm, we do not oppress, we do not know, yes. But that kalimat tawheed is the key to Jannah. And someone who has the key is better than someone who does not have the key. This is bottom line. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And Allah tells us very clearly that the one قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Are the ones who know and the ones who don't know the same? هَلْ يَسْتَوِي? Are they the same? No. إِنَّمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ إِلَّا أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. Indeed, the people who really think, those are the only people who realizes this. You cannot have a PhD doctor be the same as a cleaner in terms of knowledge. But, is it enough? No, clearly not. Clearly not. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. No doubt. But if that alim is not acting properly, is not applying the knowledge correctly, then he can be the worst. And that is why one of the first people who are going to be questioned and sent to hellfire on the Day of Judgment will be memorizes the Quran, for example, because his niyyah was wrong. So, brothers and sisters, we keep our families united on the main objective of this life, which is Islam. If we are looking for any other way to keep our family united, it will not allow us. I'm sorry, our cultures will not save us, our education will not save us, our governments or systems will not save us. The only thing that can save us is truly, and we see it throughout, even for the non-Muslims, it's their philosophy of life. And for us, our philosophy of life is Islam. And for them, it's different things. But they push and they are ahead of us based on that, because they understand that there has to be action. And they are doing the action, while we are not. We are being shy to do our action. We are being shy to tell our children, come on, yes, you are better. Yes, you're good. Yes, you're strong. Let's do it. Keep doing. You become the next leader. You become the next Nobel Prize winner. You become the next person who will invent the next medicine or the next, thing that will save the world. You will be it. You will do it. You will be a champion. We tell them, no, it's okay. Don't worry. Just do what you can. Make dua. Again, the whole thing, make dua. I'm not saying we shouldn't make dua. That's the most. Ad-dua huwa al-ibadah, as the Prophet said. We should. But this just make dua, brother, this is a very wrong concept that's been injected into the ummah, and it's a whole big mess when it settles in that just make dua. That's it. Nothing else needed. We just move on. So, brothers and sisters, this is a good time for us to sit with our families and to make tarbiyah to them. To teach them, hey guys, you guys have to be better. You guys have to be the next generation that will carry this da'wah on. Some people never made da'wah in their life. They're just sitting there, living, taking up space, taking up resources, and they have never fulfilled their fard ayn. They have never fulfilled their fard ayn. Or at least the fard kifayah that is done as a community. But some say it's a fard ayn. Everyone has to do something for Islam. Everyone has to do something. So when everyone does something, does everyone have to do a lecture? No. Some people have money. So donate your money for someone who can really do more dawah. An organization. Someone who can help. Someone who maybe has the skills that you do not have. So if you have money, do that. If you have knowledge, use the knowledge. If you're a doctor, use that medical knowledge and practice for Islam. If you're a teacher, if you're an engineer, a lawyer, whatever you are, look at what you are good at and see how you can put that towards the benefit of Islam. And this is what I believe will make the difference, brothers and sisters. This is what I believe will make a huge difference. So, Alhamdulillah, I don't want to make it too long, but this is what I wanted to share with you for tonight. I think I can open it up to some questions right now, inshallah. But just to summarize everything, how do you unite your family? You have to make tarbiyah to them for them to be at a global scale. That Islam is global, not in my house only, not in my masjid only, not here. Let them understand the world view. Where is Islam vis-a-vis everyone else? Where do we put it? How do we act towards others? How do we feel? Where's our pride of the deen, and why and what kind of action do we have to take to make sure that Islam is above everything? That we will be the leaders, that our children will be the next best thing that happens for this world, that the non-Muslim will look to them and they say, we want to be like them. Not that our children are looking to Ronaldo and Messi and all these people who are so not so good and say, I want to be like him. They should be looking at us saying, I want to be like them. But what do we give them to look at? That is the real question. Alhamdulillah, so I will stop here on this topic. I would like to open it up for questions, which will definitely generate some more discussions, inshallah. But let us open up for some questions, inshallah. Questions. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I'll let Ustaz Najmul Haq and other brothers to please post the questions, inshallah. And how do we unite our children and give them well tarbiyah? Ustaz Najmul Haq. Well, we have to spend some time with them, but at the same time, we need to really become ourselves those examples. See, if my son cannot look up to me as his father and be like, I want to be like him, because that's the best tarbiyah, proper example. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Right? So we look at the life of the Prophet and we try to be like him. Now, sadly, a lot of people are shy or even ashamed of the Prophet today. But our children should look at us and be like, wow, my dad is cool. Which means we have to do some extra work to really understand their mentality, the way they think, the way they do stuff, and connect to them, spend time with them, talk to them, have real talking. Even when they're little, because that conditioning works. See, you give a child a phone and you give him games and you say, but he's so little, right? How can he understand me? Well, he understands. He starts figuring out the phone so well. The same way, if your child is little and you condition him and you tell him, look, man, you're a Muslim, you're strong, you're part of the big ummah, I am this and you should be like me, and you show a good example, you really yourself are achieved, then your son can be like, wow, I really feel like I'm part of a big team, a winning team. If you ask someone, who do you want to play for? You want to play for Barcelona or you want to play for like some second or third division league? Of course, they want to play for number one. You want to play for Liverpool or you want to play for, some city, that no one knows, that is at the bottom of the division. People want to go with the best, with the champions. Now, a lot of people don't want to be the champions because they think it's like not from Islam. That's not correct. When people ask me, why should I embrace Islam? I say, because this is the winning team. This is the team that has the key to Jannah. This is the winning team that will get the main cup. the Champions Cup, which is Jannah. When you give them that confidence, you can't say, well, I don't know, because Islam is nice. But people don't care about nice. Nice is, we should all be nice. It is part of our fitrah. But, you gotta give people something to be worth for. And we have Jannah. We have victory. Inshallah, this from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have the barakah of this dunya and the akhirah. So it's a win-win situation. So you tell them, you want to play for the best, you want to be with the best. I mean, who else is better than the Prophet ﷺ? Who else is better than someone who calls to Allah? I say no. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ الصَّالِحَ وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Who is better? You want to play with the winning team or you want to play with losers? That's what you want to get people to understand. So the same to your children. You tell them, look man, you have to be a winner with all the ethics and the morals and tawada. Of course, you have to have humbleness. But humbleness does not equal to being a loser. That tawada is not equal to be a loser. Tawada is just that you don't think you're arrogant. And no, but you should have confidence. Like Umar Khattab did, like Khalid al-Walid did. No one can say that these people are arrogant. They were the most confident, but they were the most humble. Okay, so any experiences, crisis by Sahaba? Look, we know that during the time of Khattab there was a ta'awun or the plague. Is the plague the same as the coronavirus? It's not. A lot of the ulama, they are making this mistake of making deductional reasoning or qiyas between the two, that to equate them. No, in deductional reasoning, in qiyas, you extract some rulings from a very similar case to understand how to deal with it, but you don't say they're exactly the same thing. I don't think that coronavirus is like the plague. And sadly, a lot of people are scaring people. At the time, the plague, like you're talking here about people dying on a daily basis, rotting, and not even being able to be buried. In the year 428 Hijri, there was a big plague in Egypt and many other countries. Masjids were closed in Andalus. We've seen the messages circulating around. There's a lot of lectures now talking about this. There was crisis in the Ummah. There was a lot of crisis. How did they deal with it? Were they afraid? No. Did they take precautions? Yes. No doubt about it. We take precautions. We're educated. We don't say, no, there's no virus. There is a virus. And it's dangerous. But we take precautions, but we don't lose ourselves. We don't lose our iman, our taqwa, our humanity even to help others. People are just sitting there waiting. No, we should look for opportunities to do any goodness we can, inshallah. But in the end of the day, we have to understand that, it's a test. And so the people before us were tested. And we also have to understand, guys and girls, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, there's a biggest virus. The biggest virus that goes around every day in this world is kufr and shirk that's happening. It's the biggest virus. And no one cares. We do not care about our loved ones. We do not care about the world, about the 6 billion people who do not have La ilaha illallah. We just go on every day without caring for that. We do not care about the people who have the virus of riba. People are taking riba. They have big riba loans, declaring war with Allah and His Messenger, and we don't care about that. So the double standard is quite big. It's quite big, and we ask Allah to help us to understand, these things. Can I share the details about coronavirus with my kids, like the death with this virus or cause of infection or awareness about this? Yes, we should. We should train our kids and let them know, let them understand, and tell them that it's a test from Allah. We should inform our kids. We should educate them, about tahara and cleanliness, and use disinfectants and hand sanitization and Teach them adab of, it's a great time to teach people about tahara. At-tahara shatrul iman. It's a great way to teach people about tahara. So yes, no doubt, educate your children about cleanliness, about not spreading disease, about, this is very, very important. Alhamdulillah, very great. Inshallah. Okay, inshallah. Any other questions? Allah barak fikum, jazakallah khair. May Allah bless all of you, inshallah. And if there's no more questions, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we can adjourn. If anyone wants to contact me or connect with me, this is my Instagram. And my Facebook is okay, so if you want to connect with me, inshallah, that's my Instagram and my Facebook. You can see lectures that I post and updates about the coronavirus, about how to deal with it. If anyone has any mental health issues, depression, due to this lockdown, inshallah, then you can contact me. I can help you. I do a free counseling. You can contact me through Instagram or Facebook, and I try to respond to you. It takes a bit of time sometimes because I have a lot of people, but do message me if you need to. And I can try to help you, inshallah, with all that. Because a lot of people are suffering now from mental health because lockdown is extended today to the 14th of April. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on us and help us stay strong. Keep your salah, pray as a family, jama'ah. Do your Quran, have times for things, do exercise. If you have a little park, do go outside once a day or so, walk around a bit. Obey the law, of course. Obey the law is very important, but do walk around, get some fresh air. Don't just sit at the TV and look at the news. And please, do not believe all the WhatsApp messages that you are receiving. Please do not forward messages to people just because they are sending it to you. This does not mean that they are correct. Please, we need to keep calm. We need to keep people settled, get over this, and that's it. Not to get them to fear and to have fear. Okay, we do not want to forward information that is not correct and causes people to have fear. Please take care of this. Do not do it. This is my best advice that I can give you, inshallah, to just take it easy and do not forward a lot of these information. Fake, a lot of it very fake, very wrong information that's being circulated around by people who sometimes don't care. So as Allah teaches us that if a fasid comes to you, binaba, with some kind of news, then check it. Do not just, this is a great fiqh of information and of forwarding information. Be very, very careful. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.